Hey y'all, it is Keke here, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing something a little different, okay? So as you know, we're in the home. I've been in the DIY spirit, and I've always wanted to reupholster something. So I saw this bench off of Facebook Marketplace. She sold it to me for $20. $20. And I said, okay, this is a nice bench. It matches our aesthetic, but she just needs a little, a little makeover. So I thought this would be a great project to attempt as my first reupholstery project. So I don't feel like it'll be too difficult, but we never know until we get into it. So if you are new here, once you subscribe, you become a member of the Pride. And we're just all lioness and lions here, embracing our mains. We're trying projects. We're doing a lot of stuff over here, okay? So we're just a big family here. Let's get into the bench. This is her. I put a better picture up. It's kind of dark in here. We're in the garage, so probably going to open the garage, but I don't want everybody to see me filming, so let's do it though. Hold on, let's see. Yeah, you can see me a little bit. This is her. So it's a cute bench. She feels great. Oh, you probably gonna hear a lot of background noise too. So voiceover Keke, we're getting her in because it was just too much going on in the background. But I have my tarp, my spray, and this staple remover, and I got this fabric from Joann's. The paint is a matte spray paint I got from Michael's, and then the tarp I just got from like Walmart or whatnot, and the staple remover from Joann's as well. So I'm just spreading everything out because I don't want to have any accidents or get any paint on the ground. Now I know the garage was probably not the best place to spray paint, but y'all, it was blazing outside. I was not trying to be torched. And then I'm using our electric drill. We've had this for many years now. I'm just unscrewing the screws. And y'all, excuse me here with my booty in the way. I was trying to film a TikTok at the same time, but it was not working, so I gave up. But as you can see, I removed the frame, and this is the hard part, taking out these staples. And I'll get a couple close-ups in a little bit. But I had to take some pliers too, and once I got the staple up some, I had to use those pliers, and look at the struggle. It was tough. But eventually we got it. I found a system that works for me. I move a lot faster when I do one thing at one time. So as you'll see later on here, I removed a couple of the staples, and then I went back and took all of those staples out with the pliers. I moved a lot faster that way versus doing each step, the remover and then the plier one by one. That just would have took forever. I was like, this taking a lot of my strength. Let me sit down. But look at the force I had to put in here. I honestly didn't expect it to be at this many staples in the bench. But y'all, it probably took me about a good solid hour and a half just to get these staples out. And when I tell you the back was dripping, it was hot. But as you can see, I'm doing what I mentioned earlier, doing a couple of staple removers and then just going back and removing all of them with the pliers. I probably did like 5 or 6 maybe at a time, and then I just repeated the cycle. After adding everything up, this project cost me less than $70. I'm not even lying, and that's including the bench. The tarp was about $3. The spray paint was $8. I think the staple remover was $20. And the fabric, Joann's had a sale, and I wanted something camo because that's one of our colors. And I don't think I paid more than $12 for that fabric, so that was a win. But here I am cleaning this off with some Dawn dish soap and water because I want to make sure everything is clean before I add my spray paint. And it wasn't a lot on there. It was a couple areas that needed to be clean, but I just cleaned the whole thing just to make sure all dirt and debris was gone. And after I do that, we will begin painting. So I finished washing and wiping down the frame. Now I'm going in with the spray paint. And you want to make sure you are doing the spray can in bursts like I'm doing. Not too far, not too close. But you don't want to hold it down continuously because that's going to create like excess paint and it's gonna like run, if that makes sense. And y'all, I was just checking to make sure I'm not getting nothing on these walls because look, we can't do that. But just spray paint in bursts like that, it's a lot easier to control, and then you're not gonna have puddling. That's the word I was looking for, puddling. And I also made sure I did not have any holes in this tarp because we cannot get this floor dirty as well. Like, no. And I only got one can. It was $7.99, and y'all, I got matte black. It's just something about a matte. Y'all know black is one of my favorite colors. For the longest time, that's all I wore was black. But I don't know, it's just something about it. It's just a really beautiful color, especially in home decor and like, I don't know. It's gorgeous. So yes, that's what I'm doing here. I did about a coat. No, I did 2 coats, and I pretty much ran out of spray paint. I had enough to cover everything twice, but if you're doing something a little bit bigger, I do recommend getting more paint. And I will definitely be using this spray paint in the future on new projects because look at this. That is some nice spray paint. This does not look like I just spray painted that. It looks like I bought it out of somebody's store. Come on, get into the results. It didn't take a long time to dry. I was just here for everything. So I wanted to go ahead and paint that so it can continue drying while I'm doing this. And as you can see, those staples, they're intense. Like some of them were definitely wedged in that wood. And you gotta put a little arm strength in there, a little power to get up under there because them things was deep. But once you get the hang of it, it's pretty smooth. But I would recommend wearing some type of protective gloves because my hand got pretty beat up with my hand rubbing against the wood somehow. I guess from, sometimes I would miss the staple or something like that. So I had a couple scars, a couple injuries, nothing major. But we got it done. Look at that. Look at that. And it's just like a firm cushion underneath. So I'm just clearing the staples, which was probably a bad idea because they ran into the fixture, the bottom. So I had to clear that out. And then now we are getting into putting down the new fabric. Look. So I kind of like double layered the tarp over the black paint so it didn't get on here. And I was kind of scared. I was like, this is not enough. I asked that woman how much extra should we do, and she told me, so that's what I cut. So I was scared. I was like, this ain't gonna work, but it ended up working. So I tried to center the cushion in the center of the fabric, and then I took my staple gun. I also got, I got that from Michael's. I think it was no more than $10. But y'all, that thing, you gotta put a little strength in it too. I'm like, okay. So I watched a couple YouTube videos to see how to like redo the fabric, and you pretty much just need to tighten it like so. And y'all, this was a little while ago, so I can't remember the videos, but definitely shout out to y'all for giving me instructions on how to do that. But you want to make sure it's taut, and then fire your staple gun. And then the sections where it's a lot of gap, you just go back in after and then fill those spaces in and just making sure it's tight. And while you're doing this, you just want to flip it over and make sure that there's no, creases or extra fabric that's kind of wrinkling up on that side, because you want it to look smooth and just flow perfectly. But as you can see here, I'm adding the staples in between the original staples that I put. So it's not too bad once you get started and get the hang of it. But definitely as I got the groove, it went by a lot faster. And y'all, I'm just very excited for like my little DIY journey. Y'all know I love to just take on new things and challenge myself and try different things. It all started when I made my vanity desk back in 2018. And I put it on my channel. It's been a while ago, but it's on there. So that pretty much sparked the interest. But now that we have more space, I'm just like, oh, my imagination is running wild now. And if you're looking for something to try yourself, I would definitely suggest Facebook Marketplace. I don't even really get on Facebook too tough anymore. But I definitely get on there for Facebook Marketplace, okay? OfferUp used to be good, but I feel like they're kind of being outdone by Facebook Marketplace. I feel like everyone goes there more so now to post their things, so I'm spending way more time on there. But this part here, I just folded it over. This was a little bit difficult. I'm just trying to fold it over and make sure it's tight as well, so there's no lumps or creases in the fabric. But as you can see, I had a lot of fabric, and I just went ahead and cut about half of that off, so I didn't have to work with that much to staple down. And plus, I didn't want the fabric to cover the pre-drilled holes, because I do have to put the frame back on. But this is how I folded it up. I'm pretty sure that is not the best way to do it, but it worked for me. So whatever works for you, you go ahead and do what you gotta do. Now, this is not the like a perfect tutorial or anything like that, because this is my first upholstery. Upholstery, that's such a hard word, project. So, you know, if it don't turn out, you know, really good, don't get me now, because we learning together. And now the staples are completed. I tried to mimic how it looked before I removed the original staples. I pretty much put staples in a row everywhere. And now we are going to be putting the frame on. So this is how she's looking. She looks pretty good on the sit down side. So Kilu just inspecting as she always does. And now we're taking our frame. She's completely dry. I probably let her dry for about a day and a half. So it didn't take anything to put the screws back in, and then we're pretty much done after that. And y'all, the DIY projects are far from done. You see the living room behind us? We like it, but we don't love it, so we're going to be changing that around soon. We are still needing to finish our bedroom. Pretty much our office spaces are completed, but we will definitely be giving you a home tour sooner rather than later. Y'all know it take a little bit to get the house how you want it to. You know, sometimes it can take longer than a year, but we definitely don't want to wait that long. But y'all, we're flipping over the bench. This is her. It's a little crease right there, but that's how the fabric came. So eventually that did leave. But y'all, get into her. I'm going to show y'all what she looked like in the bedroom in just a minute. But this is a whole new bench. Like, get into it. But this is our bedroom so far. So those nightstands will not be there. The lamps will not be there. But I just wanted to show y'all exactly what the bench looked like. There's a space right here by the door. So we're probably going to put some decor on the wall back there too. But yes, let me know what you guys think. Leave any questions, comments, or concerns in the comments. And I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.